Welcome to Karthaus, the former charterhouse of Allerengelberg. Good day everyone, and welcome to Karthaus. My name is Otzi and today I would like to take you on a journey through almost 1,000 years of history. Although Karthaus looks like a peaceful alpine village today, it was once a Carthusian monastery for almost 450 years. Every street, every courtyard, and many of the buildings around us still preserve traces of monastic life. Before we explore the monastery itself, we first need to understand how the Carthusian order came into existence. For that reason, we begin our tour not here in the monastery, but almost 1,000 years ago in France, with a remarkable man named Bruno of Cologne. Let's walk outside for a moment, where our story begins. Saint Bruno, founder of the Carthusian order. Bruno was born in Cologne around the year 1030, although historians cannot determine the exact date. He studied philosophy and theology in Cologne and later in Reims, France, one of Europe's leading centers of learning during the Middle Ages. His intelligence and dedication soon earned him the position of headmaster of the cathedral school. Yet despite his successful career, Bruno felt increasingly uncomfortable with the direction of the church. In his view, the church had become too involved in politics, wealth, and worldly affairs. He believed that anyone truly seeking God needed silence, solitude, and simplicity rather than power and prestige. These ideas were highly unusual at the time and made him many enemies. Eventually, Bruno left Reims and traveled south to Grenoble. There he met Bishop Hugh of Grenoble, who recognized Bruno's vision and offered him a remote place in the mountains where he could live as a hermit. At first, Bruno settled in a small wooden hut. Soon, 6 companions joined him, all sharing the same dream of a life devoted entirely to prayer, silence, and contemplation. As the community grew, Bishop Hugh granted them land in the isolated Chartreuse Mountains near Grenoble. In 1084, Bruno and his 6 companions founded La Grande Chartreuse, the first Carthusian monastery and still the mother house of the Carthusian order today. A different kind of monastery. The Carthusians created something unique. Unlike many other monks, they lived together but spent most of their lives alone. Each monk had his own small house, called a cell, with a private garden. Here he prayed, read, copied manuscripts, worked, ate and slept. The monks met only for important church services and on Sundays. Silence became the defining characteristic of their way of life. Even today, the Carthusian order is considered one of the strictest and most contemplative monastic orders in the Catholic Church. Their traditional greeting reflects this philosophy. Memento mori, remember that you will die. For the monks, this was not intended as something frightening. Instead, it was a daily reminder to focus on what truly matters in life. From France to South Tyrol. Bruno died in Calabria in southern Italy in 1101, where he had founded a second monastery. His vision, however, continued to spread rapidly across Europe. Within just 2 centuries, around 173 Carthusian monasteries had been established. One of them would eventually be built here, in this remote alpine valley of Schnalstal. And that is exactly where the next chapter of our story begins.